All right, I'm back for another training series. This is called Hook, Story, Offer. This is the essence of all marketing content creation. This is how you think like a marketer. This is how you talk like a marketer. This is how people receive marketing information. Hook, Story, Offer. In fact, you can jump on YouTube and you can put in Hook, Story, Offer Russell Brunson. You can get some of his background on this. But this is who I learned it off, but I've applied it to, been able to apply it to network marketing, and I find it really, really effective. So what is the hook, the story, and the offer? So what's cool about this is that in network marketing, we don't have to do any selling, especially with our system. All we have to do is create a really intriguing hook, tell a real true story, and then make an irresistible offer to help them solve that problem. So the hook identifies the problem, okay? So it highlights that, or it engages them because they think it's a solution to their problem, okay? The story explains how you were somewhere where you didn't want to be and you used the thing and then you got a result and now you're happy. So the story sells the experience of overcoming objections, the fears. Basically, the story takes you from one belief into another belief, okay? And the offer makes it like a clincher or a call to action to say, hey, if I could show you how to do the same thing, would that be of value to you? Okay, so the offer. And the offer is like stacked value. So if I could show you how to lose weight, or if I could show you how to lose 5 kilos in 30 days and coach you one-on-one all the way through so you couldn't fail, and then give you your money back if I'm wrong, would that be of value to you? That's an irresistible offer, okay? So how the hook and the hook story offer works, it can be done for, well, that's a horrible line. Let's do this one again. So the hook, the story, and the offer can be for product, okay? So when you're talking about the product, or a health transformation, a health result, you can do it for the product, or you can do it for the opportunity, the income opportunity, okay? So it works for both. Now, when you learn how to do both, it won't matter what hook you go for, okay? Because whether someone starts for the products or whether someone starts for the opportunity, they all start as a customer, all right, in our business. So what's a good hook for the products? Well, let's say something like, I did one the other day with a friend, Luke, okay? So he lost 4.5 kilos in 6 days. So I did this thing where I wrote the hook as, so we do hook, oh, we do hook here. The hook was how to lose 4.5 kilos in 6 days, okay? 6 days without changing his exercise routine, okay? I can't write it all out because I've got a mouse, but it was how to lose 4.5 kilos in 6 days without any exercise. That's what happened to him. That's a true story, right? What a crazy hook. Now, that one sentence is a hook. It grabs their attention, okay? So I got Luke to post on his Facebook how I lost 4.5 kilos in 6 days with a picture of him staying on scales. Amazing hook, okay? He had friends messaging him straight away, all right? And then what we did, we took it a step further and we thought, well, look, let's tell them the story, okay, about how you did that. And to do the story part, we jumped on a Zoom together and we talked about his story. So when we posted the Zoom, we jumped on and did an interview together, so like a testimonial. And again, the top of the Zoom live was the hook again. So how Luke lost 4.5 kilos in 6 days without changing his exercise routine. So we hooked him again. We went a step further this time and told him the story. And it was all about, well, he was struggling to eat properly. He was lethargic. He needed to make a change. He wanted to lose weight. He wanted to improve his training. And he couldn't quite get off beer. He couldn't quite choose what to eat. He couldn't figure it out. Okay, no matter how hard he trained, he couldn't lose weight. So there was this problem he had. He was on this side of the bridge. And then I stepped in as the guide, gave him a plan, and he tried it. He was skeptical, but then he thought, I'm going to try it because it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. And he came over here and he had success. So he crossed the Epiphany Bridge and he had success. And it talks about in the story, and then I couldn't believe it. It was easier than what I thought. It was simple. Didn't have to think about anything. Didn't have to count calories. And all of a sudden, I've lost 4.5 kilos in 6 days. I feel amazing. Okay, story done. So the story comes from him. And then the offer, we didn't do the offer, but we could have. All right. the offer would have been, in fact, maybe I did on the Zoom, I forget, but the offer would have been, now, if you're like Luke and you're wanting to start losing weight the easy way without having to change your exercise routine or without having to count calories, or if you're struggling just like Luke was and you don't want to, whatever it is, if my dog's just interrupting me. Was that, I lost my train of thought. Hook, story, offer. So the offer would be, if I could show you how to do the same thing, would that be of value to you? Okay, that's the offer. All right, so we've done hook, story, offer. Now that's how a marketing campaign is done. Okay, so as simple as it can be done in one post. Ready? How I lost 4.5 kilos in 6 days. You wouldn't believe it when I tell you. Okay, or the secret as to how I lost 4.5 kilos in 6 days without changing exercise routines. Bang. Okay, your hook can be many things. All right. How I was able to get rid of my beer belly without giving up beer. Okay, the hook is like how I was able to achieve X within Y time without having to give up Z. Does that make sense? That's how you do a hook. All right. Now the story is just a true story, and a story always starts in pain, bit of background, bit of pain, didn't like where I was. The guide stepped in and gave me a plan, something I'd never seen before. And then I tried it, and to my amazement, it worked, and here are my results. Okay, that's the story framework. Okay, it's called Hell to Paradise. Hell to Paradise. All right, so that's how a story rolls. So you do a hook. Let's say you were writing this in a post. You go, how I lost 4.5 kilos in 6 days without changing my exercise routine. Yet not too long ago, I was really looking for ways to get in shape, but no matter what I tried, I couldn't get rid of my weight. I tried exercising, I tried to count calories, but I couldn't give up the beer. I found I just could not do anything. Nothing was working for me. Then my buddy Lloyd stepped in and he said, look, why don't you try this plan I've got? It worked for me. It helped me lose 14 kilos. So I thought, you know what? I've got nothing to lose. And it came with a 30-day money back guarantee. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this. I was skeptical about the whole thing. It was kind of a weird eating program, but I thought, you know what? If I don't get results, it doesn't matter. At least I've tried it. So I did. And guess what? I can't believe it. It was so simple to follow. It was easy. I haven't had to worry about anything. And guess what? I've lost 4.5 kilos, 6 days. I feel amazing. That's his story, right? So he hooked us. He's either, so if you're doing a post, it's a little written post hook, then the story, and then at the end you go, if you would like to know more about this, or if I could show you a simple way where you could do the same thing, would that be of value to you? Comment info below. That could be how you finish a post, all right, if you want to put an offer at the end. Now, if we're on a Zoom call and we're doing this, we do the hook, then we ask Luke to tell us his story, and they say, look, if you're like Luke and you're looking to make a change, just comment below or send him a message, right? So it's like an offer, okay? Does that make sense? God, that was a long one, but I hope that makes sense. Hook, story, offer for the products. Does that make sense to you? Alicia's reading the back of the door. Okay, so hook. So the opportunity, same. Hook, story, offer. All right. So, okay, hook, story, offer. So the hook might be how I doubled my income without leaving my day job. Okay, how I paid for my groceries, or how I got my groceries for free this month, or how I turned my smartphone into another income, how I leveraged social media to make a second income, how I created a side hustle from my phone and left my job after 3 years. Whatever the hook is, it can be very simple. Okay, how I did X. So how I did X. Okay, X in Y time or something like that without Z, without leaving my job. Okay, that's how you do a hook. The story. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I was looking for a side hustle. I thought we had to buy a business, a traditional business. I was looking for ways to get out of my job. I knew that I had to own a business to be a business owner, but I could not find anything that was going to suit. Everything was too expensive. I didn't have all the money. I didn't want to take the risk. And all of a sudden, my sister showed us this new way, this way we could build an online business from our phones. I'd never seen anything like this before. It was incredible. I saw all these people being able to earn income weekly, and they did it from their phones. And the best part about it was they were doing it without having to leave their job. And so that was really exciting for us because we didn't want to leave our jobs. We didn't want to leave the security. So we started. We weren't very good to begin with. We really sucked. But bit by bit, we learned more and more and more. We learned from people who went before us. And I remember our first check was $700. It came in my app, in my GoMoney app. I saw it and was like, wow, we could probably do that again and again and again. Long story short, in 2.5 years, we've built a $100,000 income. And now we get to work from home together, and our dreams have come true. And we've been able to travel the world and work from home. And it's awesome. So that's our story, right? Whatever the story is. Now, your story doesn't have to be massive like that. It could just be small. Okay. I never thought I could pay my rent. Okay. With just the, I didn't know I could create $500 a week. Okay. To pay my rent from my phone. Couldn't believe it. All right. And you tell the story how you did that. The offer is, if I could show you a really simple way, following a really simple system that I followed to do the same thing, would that be of value to you? If I could show you a way where you could, in 3 simple steps, follow the same system and get similar results, would that be of value to you? Okay, that's the offer. All right, does that make sense? Hook, story, offer. You can either do this in one, like you could do a full post on social media that includes the hook, the story, the offer. You could write it all, okay? Or you could just go into Facebook groups and just put little hooks out there, like boom, 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 boom. Like a good little hook would be a photo of you after like an 11-day challenge, and me after 11 days on this program. It's amazing. Hook. People are like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? And then of course you can then do the story and the offer. Okay. Same with the income opportunity. It's the same. You could do it in a post, or you could jump on a Zoom call and interview someone and say, Hook, tell us how you were able to earn $500 this week without having to leave your job. Tell us your story. And they tell you the story of where they were, really, really annoyed and angry with the world and couldn't find anything, and they're struggling. And then they found this. The guide introduced them, like my sister, gave them a plan, and then they're happy. Okay, that's the story. And then the offer. If you would like me to show you how to do the same thing, just shoot me a DM. I'll be able to show you the simple 3-step system I use to be able to do exactly this. Okay, that's the offer. Now, here's the cool thing about what we got in our system. All right, you can put a hook out there. You can even tell them your story. You can even make a small little offer. But the coolest part of what we got is, even if you just put a hook out there and said, how did you do that? You can say, hey, let me add you to my group. Okay, let me add you to my group. I'm going to tag you in a video that tells you all about it. And guess what's in our webinars? Both the product and the income opportunity. Guess what's in the webinars? The hook, the story, and the offer. So it's already there. So you can hook, story, offer them, and then hook, story, offer them again in the webinar. Okay, it's so simple, right? This is the essence of content marketing, or talking in marketing speak, to attract leads, to attract, to post and engage people, right? You can even talk this way. Like if you're on stage and you're saying, who here would love to learn how to lose 4.5 kilos in 6 days? Hands up. Awesome. Okay, great. Look, not too long ago, that was me. I was really struggling. You knew your story, and then you say, now look, who would love to learn in 3 steps how to do that now? And they'll put their hands up. So you can use this in a speaking platform, on Zoom. You can post it, whatever, but start thinking in hook, story, offer. Hook, story, offer. Okay, that's how marketing works. I hope that's been really helpful for you guys. This is how I post. This is how I do things. If you would love a book to learn about story and what makes up a good story, which is the essence and foundation of marketing, grab a book called by Donald Miller, called Creating Your Story Brand, or Story Brand, I think it's called. Okay, jump on Amazon and grab it. All right, that's it for hook, story, offer. I hope that was helpful. Leave a comment or whatever you want to do, and I'd love some feedback on this. If you do watch this, let us know if you love it. All right, I'm out. See you in the next training.